Okay, number three, we just finished doing this thing over here, and then someone says, why would they ask you to do that? I guess to verify that it's true, by the way. And then they're going to ask you these parts over here, part A, part B, and part C. We'll do one at a time, by the way. I'm going to go to part A, and part A says, given that pi squared is less than 10, it's reasonable. Prove that this is true, by the way. So what I'm going to do is go to the whiteboard and write down what they've given me and what they're asking me to show is true, by the way. And my suspicion has something to do with that identity they just gave me. But let's write this down. Let's write the identity down first of all. So log base A of C, this is the identity we just proved, by the way. Log base A of B is equal to log base B of C. All right, they gave me that identity, and we just verified it, by the way. So this is going to be part A now. And again, we're on question number, let me make sure I'm saying this is question 3, part A. All right? So I think it has something to do with this over here, but let's write this down. 1 over log base 2 of pi plus 1 over log base 5 of pi. They tell me that this is going to be greater than 2. Now, what they wanted to say, though, and I guess it's going to be helpful, by the way, and I think it's kind of obvious, but they're giving me that hint, by the way, that pi squared is less than 10. All right? So I'm gonna rewrite these guys using this formula over here. And it's like a base change formula almost. All right? So let's write this over. Log base 2 of pi. Now, I'm going to go to base 5, by the way, because I see a 5 and I see a 2 there. So I'm going to go to base 5. And how do I do that? That's going to be log, let's see, base 5 of pi. This is a base change formula, by the way. Log base 5 of the base 2. All right, so we got that one done. All right, so I think I could probably rewrite that term now, that 1 over log base 2 of pi would be the same thing as log base 5 of 2 over log base 5 of pi. All right? All right, let's see if we can write that down if it makes any sense over here. So we're going to rewrite this one using that base change we just did. So what do you get over here? You get log base 5 of 2 over log base 5 of pi. And then we get plus 1 over log base 5 of pi. All right? Again, I'm going to say we really need to show this over here that it's greater than 2. I'm looking at it. I'm wondering where to go with that, but I'm going to get one term down now. And this is going to be log base 5 of pi. Again, I don't know if that's true, by the way. Let's over here. This is going to be log base 5 of 2 plus 1. Now, before I go forward, I want to point out log base 5 of pi is going to equal some number. I'm going to say, question mark, what's the number? And what do you get, pi? This would be 5 to a question mark. Hope that's agreed, by the way. So I'm going to say over here, it's going to be a fractional interval. It's going to be a positive number, all right? Definitely a positive number. So I'm going to say over here, I can multiply both sides by that positive number. And what do you get? Log base 5 of 2 plus 1 is going to be greater than 2 log base 5 of pi. Again, I'm still making an assumption this is true, by the way. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out it's not true. So let's write this one over here. This is going to be log, using a very simple rule of a log, by the way. It's going to be pi squared. All right? So we got that part covered. And what I want to do is probably combine these two together. All right? And looking at that, let me write this over here. Log base 5 of 2. And one would be log base 5 of 5. That's the number 1, by the way. I could pull those two together. What do you get? Log base 5. It's going to be 2 times that, which is 10. Well, I think I have what I need. And what are they at? I know 10. I'm going to pi squared over here. I mean, the log of that number over there. Right, so I can write that down now. It's almost like writing as exponentials. And do I know that? I think so. I was given that pi squared was less than 10, so we just proved it, QED. Thank you.